What it do, yo? What's up? Can I bitch get in them guts? I don't think that word that way, huh? It don't work
Run that back.
It don't work that way, huh?
I was with your remix. I was with it until you said them guys. What's that?
Yeah. I couldn't think off the top of my head. It's been a crazy, Lord.
It's been the beginning of a week, huh?
Uh-huh.
Welcome to another episode of Like I Was Saying podcast with your girl,
Velvet. Yay. And
Fee Baby. What's good?
what it do?
What's up? No further than that.
Can a bitch get some fucking sleep? No. Apparently the answer is no.
I feel like sleep has been so elusive for so many people lately. Like someone else was telling me how they can't sleep. Like just be tossing
Sleep is
and
hard.
turning.
Sleep is hard. I got a little bit last night.
Mhm.
A little bit is a key part of that. I'm just ready. And my dog is trying to make me do something to it. I didn't want people to be like, oh Lord, she's abusing her. Yeah, she's abusing her dog.
How's
want me to.
mom pup life been since the last time we checked in with you? No? You gonna send him on the first thing you smoking back to
Tennessee? No, I'm not. But he was doing so good with potty training. In the last 2 days, today and yesterday, he just said fuck life. He said fuck life.
Fuck you is what he said. He said fuck you. Fuck you and your shit.
And I said, oh no, sir. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your week?
That's all I got.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, no. How was it? Weekend was okay. One of my sisters had surgery, so I was there for her for a majority of in the last weekend. I did get to hang out with the boo for a little bit. It was Halloween, so my son was with his dad. I'm trying to think of everything. Son was with his dad, and he told me they didn't really do nothing. I was like, well, you know, you're 11, so you're like
We're on the cusp.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still go on to like a patch or something. Or, well, he's not really into scary stuff like that. I wouldn't think in person. Yeah, got you. Never mind. Well, there went that idea. As soon as it came, it left.
So they, I think, just hung out and stuff, and he went to his aunt's house. And then, that's what about it. Oh, I cooked lamb chops, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. My first time cooking lamb chops.
Ooh.
So that was cool.
How did you feel about cooking that? Was it like any different than like cooking regular protein? Was there any type of...
No, I just want to make sure that it turned out good, at least good.
Well, then.
So I could eat it. I liked it. I was the only one that tasted it thus far, so we shall see. You gonna have some?
Yeah, I need to have me a little something.
Yeah. And that's about, I'm trying to think. That's about it. I enjoyed it. My sister's gonna come by and get some. Because I made a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I made a lot, so somebody needs to eat it. Somebody, please.
I'll be a test dummy.
You know, and I'm just gonna perfect it, because that's what I'm supposed to bring for Thanksgiving. So.
Lamb chops. My God. How many you got to make?
Y'all bitches gonna get one a piece. There's already chicken and ham. Y'all get one lamb chop a piece.
Chop. Chop that ass.
Fast. One lamb chop a piece. And then, we had to put together what everybody's bringing for Thanksgiving. So that was fun.
Any random things that you guys do that isn't a part of like the normal?
Lamb chops. So normally I don't really cook for Thanksgiving. I usually cook for Christmas. And because I don't eat the normal like meats, because normally it's like turkey and ham, and some people do chicken. So I don't really eat turkey, and I don't eat ham. I rarely eat turkey, so we're doing chicken this year. We also did a ticket, huh?
How y'all plan on making it?
My elder sister's making it because she also did it last year because that was really the only thing I could eat. Right. So, and it was pretty good, the chicken. So she's doing that, and I was like, well, I'll make something this year. So I was like, well, I'll make lamb chops. For some reason, I've just been on a lamb chop thing. And so we'll see.
Would you call it like a craving?
I guess. Okay. At first I was like...
You're like, yeah?
And I was like, oh, this bitch. Not a misguided hoe, but a bitch.
Someone else that has to be a misguided hoe to have those cravings and feelings.
Or I just want lamb chops, bitch. That could be a thing.
I guess.
You guess. I definitely know you called me before. I was like, dang, I really want some blah blah. So that was a craving. We do. That's what that is.
Oh, that was craving.
Mm-hmm.
Not induced by
okay.
another individual.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, for some reason, like the last couple of days, I've been like lamb chops. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make it. So I didn't feel like finding a place. The only place I know that I really love is the all you can eat place.
Texas de Brazil.
Yeah, and I was not gonna go there because one, all I can eat.
It's
not worth it.
Last time I looked them up, I think they might be closed.
Oh wow, really?
Let me see. You gotta think about it. Their setup really won't COVID friendly.
Girl, fucking. What's that place? Golden Corral is open, and they all you can eat.
There's a lot of them are closed now. Yeah, they've limited their hours like hella crazy.
Golden Corral?
No.
Texas Brazil?
Yeah. They're for the most part.
Bro, my dog.
You might as well let him. You're not gonna change it all.
Well, you can go. I can't.
Either 4 to 9 or 5 to 9 every day. It's like they don't have no lunch no more.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people they let in.
Oh yeah.
While she's gone, y'all, I'm gonna tell a secret about her, okay? So, Fee Baby.
Get your ass out here.
Likes yelling at dogs, as y'all can hear. He ain't coming out now.
Y'all can listen to her if y'all want. Y'all know she be fucking lying.
You didn't hear what I said.
I don't give a fuck. It wouldn't be nothing that's honest.
I said you like yelling at dogs. That ain't honest.
Get your ass.
You might want to move your shoes over here, baby. So he definitely gonna have a field day. We're trying to get our lives together with a new pup in the house. It's
We co-parenting.
It's a struggle.
And we back.
Hey, yeah. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so Texas de Brazil. Yeah. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make them. And I did like a honey lemon pepper glaze thing. So hopefully it tastes good.
Yeah. I'll be the judge of that soon.
You know, right? I'm gonna have to cook yours a little bit longer because they're supposed to be made a certain way. And you definitely ain't made it that way.
Yeah, if there's any rarity to it, absolutely not.
So you're not gonna do medium well? Yeah, it's definitely that. So we'll have to cook a little bit longer for it to be well for you.
Great.
I'll take yours out.
Thanks a lot.
I can do medium well. Past that point, I can't do. Ooh, no.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But so yeah, it was pretty good, and that's about it. That's all I did.
Okay.
My boo told me I looked like I was going to church yesterday.
What was you wearing yesterday?
What I had on. You agree?
This is funny. This is funny.
Do you agree?
Why were you like? I don't know.
He said I look like I went to church. That's what he said. He said, "Oh, where you going to church?"
You could have, you had what they would have sold the deal. Put something.
I think I just had my hair up a bit, and I had on my flats because I can't wear heels. And
maybe
he was like,
seemed a little bit more
he
refined.
said, "Where you going? You going to
Y'all, he tired himself out. He's on the floor panting. He whined so much and scratched. He's just laying on the floor.
Well, hopefully he'll go to sleep.
Tired.
Sleep. Amen. Please. But yeah, so he was like, "Oh, you look like you went to church. That's where we're going." I said, "No." And obviously I said a couple other things after that. Not for y'all Christian ears over here. But
You probably need to go to church.
And that actually started the conversation. I was like, "Do you go to church? You like that?"
Ah.
And he said, No. And I said, what about your parents? He said, my mom does. And I said, I could see it.
Okay, interesting. I always wonder when those type of conversations come up.
I guess it's important, like, if you are in a relationship, like, if y'all just messing around, ain't like,
right, yeah.
But if you are in a relationship and you see yourself possibly going forward, or y'all talk about children or any of that, I think that's important. Because trying to raise a child, I think that is a talk.
It can, yeah, absolutely. It needs to be.
Exactly, because if I'm I don't know, a Buddhist and you're a...
Yeah, some people are convicted of the fact that they want their partner to be of the same religion, or they want the child to grow up in that religion.
It's going to be very hard. It's like a racist and a non-racist. That shit ain't going to work, baby.
Yeah.
When y'all have children, the things that I think, if I'm the racist and you're not, and the things that I'm going to instill in my child. And so are the things and the child obviously is going to have to choose at some point, but I'm still instilling those things into the child. So it's the same thing with religion. And I was like, I feel like back in the day, I probably would have said that I'm more religious than I am now. Absolutely. But I think I'm just more, I guess, spiritual, I guess. But even then, it's like, am I? I believe that there is something that's above us, but what?
It's something. It's very much something.
What is that from?
That's Young Miami. She's a liar. She'll get something. It's very much something.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah.
You know, I feel like that road is ever going and ever swerving and curving. So
with spirituality and
religion. Yeah.
I definitely agree. Again, it definitely needs to be a conversation. I think in the forefront and not
in the back.
Because that's just a whole big ass mess. Whole big ass mess. Then you already fell in love with this motherfucker, and now you're like, well, can I even raise a child with this person? Whew. But if you ain't raising children, y'all don't care about children, ain't no point, I guess. But then at the same
for the future of your relationship.
Yeah, because
that brings religion back around too.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Whether marriage or not, or
because some religions don't believe in marriage, some do.
Different types of ceremonies for weddings.
So it's like that's a lot. Yeah, I'm okay. That's too much.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
It was kids.
Yes.
I'm the one that has a kid, didn't have a kid.
I had all the children.
But you had everybody.
What did I do Friday?
Not talk to me.
Yeah, so along with like me doing like getting off social media, I've really just been kind of like absorbing away just as a whole, and like a lot of my communication like ways. Like I really like
stop.
You're really probably the only person I really talk to on the phone like that. And that's why I realized like I was being on the phone less. I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to remember what the fuck I did Friday.
But Friday, I'm trying to think.
Oh, I do know what I did.
What did I do Friday? Hold on.
I know what you did.
Just gone. Huh?
You hung out with a friend?
Friday?
As long as you could? No.
No.
So she didn't do nothing Friday that was memorable.
You know what? I do think I actually stayed home. I think I got me some wine, and I think I stayed home and watched TV. I think I just was like, I don't want to go nowhere. Yeah, no, I stayed home. Yeah. No, I think about it because my sister had hit me up. I think she thought I was going to be out and about when she asked me. She never told me why she asked what I was doing. But yeah, I just stayed in the house and chilled. Saturday, I had kiddos. I had a child Saturday, my goddaughter. Got her Saturday. Before I got her, me and my sister went out to lunch to HK on the Bay, which I haven't been to in years. That's where I first had she crab soup. Loved it. It wasn't as banging this time I had it, but it was still good. Tacos are really good. Fish tacos. And I got this pineapple salsa. I love a fruit like salsa, like a pineapple salsa or a mango salsa. Just does something to me. I don't know. That's probably the only sweet thing I can take in like my regular meals. Anything else like a sweet potato, all that, I don't like all that. But After that, we went back, purchased a couple puzzles. We all put a puzzle together, hung out, and then Sunday was really my test for the weekend. Sunday was Halloween. Got my goddaughter that stayed with me. Got my niece, my oldest niece. Went and visited my best friend, who this is her first year with her baby.
Aww.
On Halloween. So
what she dressed the baby up as?
R2D2. His name is D2.
So the
little robot.
Oh, never mind.
R2D2 from Star Wars.
Nope,
the little white and blue short. I've never watched it either, but I know what the characters are. He's always pictured beside the Gold Man. Oh, but yeah.
I thought you were talking about controller.
No, D2 was dressed as R2D2. So cute. And then their little doggy was dressed as Yoda.
Okay. I know who Yoda is. Only because people say it a lot.
They were just so cute. And then, my best friend and her husband were dressed up. Just so cute. I'm not
excited for when you get to do that.
I think she was Cruella de Vil.
Bitch, how you not know?
Because she started off wanting to be Princess Leia, but when I got there, she was not Princess Leia. She had a half black and half white.
So I'm gonna go with.
Some assume Cruella de Vil. And then he was just a dapper man. I think there may have been an actual role he may have been going for, or he's just like, whatever suits your fancy that I look like.
That's what it is.
That's what I am.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Be dapper.
Yeah, they were
Aren't you excited
so
for when
cute.
you get dressed up like that?
Really
you skipped
felt,
over that question.
Yeah.
I came back around.
And I come right back.
Wouldn't it be cute?
We plan on doing a little party for the kids next year. I won't be having one, but
you won't be having what?
A kid. I'll bring a kid. Won't be my kid. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
I don't like your demeanor. I don't like your tone.
I think you're gonna bring a kid. I'm talking about like you in a boo dress up, real cute.
I really don't feel like that's
and
what you
then
meant. I really don't feel like that's what you meant.
I did.
I really felt like you meant plus a child of our own.
Yes, at some point, but I'm saying that is a process. It's not just it can, I guess, be like a bam, but
I don't know. I've never really been like a Halloween
dress up person.
No, I did it
really?
once, and like I felt the urge to be this like super sexual person when I did it. It just felt all wrong. I didn't like
because that is not you.
No.
Greta!
No.
But you can do anything. You don't have to be sexual. You can literally.
Like, it was in college, so college. Everyone got their ass and titties out.
So I definitely did.
Yeah, but I just didn't. I don't know. I don't really get into it like that. And I don't really think I've ever been invited to a party neither.
I think I want to do an adult party one time. Like, when I get my house, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Definitely putting that on
like
you to do.
First Halloween, huh?
I'm definitely putting that on you to do. You heard it here, folks. Just throwing a party. I'm coming.
Whenever well, obviously. But yes, everybody's going to have to dress up. It don't have to be sexualized, but, just dress up.
Yeah.
And everybody got to bring a plus one. And I was like,
I got you on that.
of the opposite sex.
I got you on that.
Oh, okay. Tell us more.
Tell
us more. Tell us more.
I mean, just at that point, I'm pretty sure I'll have somebody.
We're putting faith out there. Okay.
And then took the kiddos trick or treating. Boy, when I tell you it was hot. So I got to my best friend's house at like 6. We chilled out around there and hung out until like 6:30. Went walking at 6:30. And I was like, all right, we're going to be back at the car by 7:30 because I got to get y'all somewhere back at 8. These kids could never make the full... These kids... I mixed like kids and could together. I was like, these kids... These kids could literally never do the full 2 hours like we did back in the day. Never.
I never did it in general, but yeah.
All of them complaining about their feet. All of them saying that they were tired.
I got enough candy.
Yes.
I got enough candy. I don't need to do no more.
For 1 hour, they was tired. One fell asleep in the car on the way home. They was tired.
That's good.
Child, you're welcome. I did that for you.
I'm weak.
And then I returned them all to the respective people. Not before, though, the heartbreak of my life. I'm not sure how well we can... Oh. Yep, you see that crack?
Ooh,
you see the little squares coming off of it?
Ooh.
I was making I made some gumbo. And I started it before I left for the trick or treat, and when I came back, I had to add some more stuff to it. And I was like, do I have this in my cupboard cabinet too?
What, baby? You need what?
This is just me, guys. I'm not even. I'm not even under the influence. I don't know what's going on right now.
Under the
I'm under something that I need to become under.
Pray for us, Lord. Pray for us.
But I was in my cabinet looking for something, and a soup can fell out, and bang. I was like, oh no, did it land on my stovetop? Because I have a glass stovetop. I said, I really hope it didn't. And I looked, I was like, oh, it didn't. I said, okay, cool. Didn't find what I needed inside my cabinet. So I shut my cabinet, went to go walk away, grabbed my phone and take the girls back, look down, that shit is shattered. I said, my God. And there were already some like tweaks and turns and weird stuff that happened in my night. I was like, oh, this is just going to cap it off. This is going to be the end of my night. I was going to shatter my phone that I almost paid off. Great.
I'm sorry.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Great. So, yeah.
That was your lovely weekend.
It was.
I forgot to add one thing. I got my nails done.
I do see. I mean, you're right on top of Halloween. I see with the Halloween.
Yes, and I put my favorite Halloween movie on my nails.
You almost fucked up what you said, just so you know.
What?
You went to go say a word and then you stopped and then you reset it. I don't know. You were going to say movie and then you stopped and you went back.
Because I was going to say favorite
movie. I don't care.
But I had to put Halloween in there, so that's why I reversed it. Because my favorite movie is Love and Basketball. My favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus.
The spider. Okay. Hooch, pooch, pooch, hooch. Yeah,
Hocus Pocus, bitch.
You got them backwards.
Hocus Pocus. So you
it's Pocus, Hocus, you dumbass.
Hocus.
She made it to where you wouldn't have to do this shit.
Yeah, my bad.
Put your shits beside each other.
Sorry. Hocus Pocus. Whichever way you want to see it.
No. Hocus Pocus.
Whatever.
Ooh.
With some spiders and spider webs and shit. Yeah, it was okay. And the little blood drip.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I like it.
Look at you. Okay, Miss Nails.
You know, something like that. But hopefully y'all had a great Halloween and your kids or nephews or nieces or godchildren
or you
or facts got, as an adult, some beverages,
You know what? What I really should have done would have been irresponsible because I was driving back is just take a beverage with me as we were walking and drink. But I had to drive the kids.
If you'd have told me, I would have came out. No, true.
My car. Oh, well, you would have met us then. My car was full. Couldn't ride in the car.
Yeah.
My car was at capacity.
Because I would have taken doggy. So.
Oh yeah. Girl, don't be thinking that far. It was enough to coordinate for the people I had my car as is. Okay.
Lord,
all right. It was enough already.
But yeah, so hopefully y'all had fun. Ate a lot of candy, but not too much. Not to get sick. We're safe out there, even with the COVID stuff going on. Had some beverages as adults. Maybe gave the children a sip so they can go to sleep early. But yes. So yeah, hopefully y'all have fun. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and jump on in. I think we're gonna talk about our lovely Jada Pinkett Smith.
Our lady in profession, friend of the podcast.
Facts, all of them things, Maybe we'll talk to her one day and just try to figure out maybe what's going on.
Yeah, so you sent over to me, she had an episode of Red Table Talk with Gwyneth Paltrow on it, and they were discussing essentially like through relationships, learning what you like sexually specifically, and how do you communicate it, if you communicate it. Most times it's not communicated. And the headlines were saying that she was talking about her and Will's love life specifically, like sex life. The clips I saw, she never mentioned Will at all.
She didn't mention him, but she said being in marriage for X amount of years, you have to blah, blah, blah. She's only been in marriage with Will. So that is where the assumption came in.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people did take it, one, as if she was disclosing information about her and Will, that they've gone through areas of dryness in the sexual department.
Which happens in relationships.
Right. Or just a spell of just not knowing what the other one wants.
Mm-hmm.
And she also hit on a piece where her and Gwyneth, where you almost feel betrayed when like the person who you're with doesn't know your body or doesn't know what you like. Instead of just voicing it, it's almost like you get very offended and hurt by it that someone's just supposed to know how to do the things that you like.
True.
To you.
However, you grow as a person, and those things can absolutely change. So they may have known you, y'all, like in their situation. If she is talking about Will, they've been married for 23 some years. You were in your 20s at that time. You in your 40s and 50s now. Your body has gone through different changes, both of you, on his end and on hers. So he may have known your body as a 20-something-year-old, maybe even a 30-something, but you're 40, 50, however old she is. Your body has gone through plenty of changes. You've birthed children. You've gone through changes in yourself, mentally, physically. You've gone through all of that. That changes your sexual drive. That changes all of those things. So those are things that you have to be able to verbally tell someone. Yes, you definitely will feel like, well, fuck, why don't you know my body? Bitch, we've been married for X amount of years. Like, you should know what, you touch this part of me, I'm like, ooh. Or you touch this, and I'm like, hell no. But that changes. So you just have to go along with the change and be able to talk about it.
I feel like people go through that even as like new relationships.
Yes.
They feel like you should be able to figure it out, and if there's enough connection and drive there, it'll just happen. Like even in relationships, people have different love languages. In sex, people have different languages as to how they like to be pleased, how they like to please.
Correct.
So it's just important to communicate that, because if not, you'll just be stagnant in your sexual relationship with that person. And a lot of times that stagnation will translate into other areas in your relationship because you're frustrated
with
because
this one.
Right. Either because again you're not being pleased, or you want to please them in a specific way and they're not reaching that peak.
I've been there.
That's very frustrating, because it's, again, you start feeling like it's a self-reflection.
Yeah.
And it's not everything is personal. I think in relationships we try so hard to make things that happen in it to be us accountable for. Relationships are two individuals.
But it's very hard not to, especially if you're the one giving the pleasure, and then it's like, well, they're not reaching what I feel like they should be reaching. You're like, well, fuck. Like, am I not doing it right? But then if they tell you, yeah, it's good, but it ain't good enough if it ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So, yeah.
Or sometimes, even to almost like break away from that for a second, sometimes people just don't be in it sometimes.
True.
Some people, and that's also a difference when your drive is different. When, my sexual needs, I may need it on a daily basis, but you may need it once or twice a week. Which we know for sure that ain't your ass.
What do you mean?
But we know for sure your ass ain't that.
What you mean?
Oh girl, we already had this conversation here. Your girl would like to have it morning and night.
What I would like?
Yeah. If we talk about what we would like in this world versus
I want to have that shit every day.
Exactly. So, but that's another piece as well. So when you talk about being pleased and pleasing someone, your sexual drive goes into that too. Like if your partner is both ways, if you, like, let's say the guy I'm with, he's like, I'm good with 1 or 2 days, but he's still we're still having sex every day because he's doing that to fulfill me. You can also see that reflect back in him, that each time he may not be enjoying himself the entire way.
Because it's a lot.
Right. And it's not because you're not pleasing him, or it's not because he doesn't enjoy it. It's just that it's exhausting for him. Yeah. Because there's no middle ground between the two extremes, well, if you will.
Find a middle ground. 3 days.
Right. And then that's where the communication piece comes in. Yeah. Either, they forfeit and just have sex with you as frequently as you want, or you just stop having sex as much as you like, but there's no middle ground that comes in. Y'all just submit to what you feel like the other person wants.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. It's every piece of your relationship is important to communicate about. I don't know why it's so taboo, even in relationships. Even behind closed doors, talking about what you like sexually is taboo. Like, that's just so odd. Like, that's just a relation. It's a one-on-one. No one else is a part of it. No one else is seeing what you're speaking about. But it's so taboo to even discuss it with your partner.
Which is interesting.
How have conversations that you've had with significant others gone?
When I tell them what I want?
Just in general, communicating your sexual wants, desires, frequency, anything.
For the most part, it's gone pretty well. Like, we have a conversation about it. I am like, what do you want? And then they, ask me. And I'm like, all right, well, realistically, I always say no, it's not going to be every day. Because, one, we both work. We have things to do. But I need it at least once a week.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's important. I don't feel like that's a lot.
Right.
To me, I don't think that's a lot. But then I also have to realize that, again, we are busy individuals. It may not happen, but when I'm like, all right, boo, it needs to happen, you need to understand that shit needs to happen. We may have not done it the last week and a half or 2 weeks, but when I'm talking with you on the phone or texting or whatever it may be, and I'm like, all right, it's that time.
Right. Then
you need to understand that you need to pulls up.
Right.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Fast and in a hurry. Now. Yeah. And so as long as that understanding is there, then I feel like it's okay. Because in the current relationship, that has been something that we've had to discuss. I'm like, all right, I like it frequently. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I'm a busy man. And I'm like, all right, I get that. So then we need to come to a middle ground. It's not going to be once a month. No. Not at all.
No thanks.
So we have to come somewhere in the middle. So I'm like, all right, once a week I feel like it's good. So that's where we have come. Like, obviously if it's more than that, it's cool, but at least once a week. Mm-hmm. And then it's been like 2 weeks since the last time. And so the other day I was like, it's time. And he said, I understand. And so that was the understanding, and there it is. Bam, bam.
And that's good. That's a good free path that you can have. That it's not weird, and it's just any other aspect of the relationship.
Well, I feel like that's how it should be. Like, I don't feel like it shouldn't be awkward. Like, you are fucking them. They already seen you. Like, yeah. It's not like it's a new person. And you're like, oh, I don't want them to see, the parts of me that I don't like.
Well, I think it's part that, but I also think that people have a tendency to want to shame people for what they like too. Mm-hmm. So we're not even talking about like the frequency at which you do sex, but it also could be like kinks that you have, whether it be like role play, foreplay, toys,
dominatrix.
Yes, no matter what it is. Like, I feel like people are shamed for what their kinks are, and so they don't discuss them or disclose them.
And I feel like if that's the case, then maybe that person is not right with you if you're not able to have those conversations. Maybe that person's not into it, which is different, but if you're not even able to be open and have that conversation, then I feel like that's an issue. Because I think that's going to lead into other conversations that you're not going to be able to have with this person. Like, if you're being open, like, all right, well, let's just say I like to get choked, and they're like, oh my God, you like to get choked? That's weird. Well, now that's uncomfortable. Right. And I don't even want to talk to you about stuff.
Yep. We don't kink shame. No kink shaming.
Definitely not me. Any person that is, I will not. Even if you say, you know what, I like to have, my ass played with. I'm not going to kink shame you. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Let's talk about it. Everybody likes different things. I'm quite sure there's something I'm going to say that he's going to be like, I don't know about it. We can talk about it, but I don't know about it. And so that's just how it is. As long as you have the conversation. But if you're just like upfront, no, then I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work for me. I don't think it's gonna work at all.
So, especially people assuming that she's specifically referring to.
Sorry.
You okay?
Go ahead.
I like so badly want to know.
So, it has nothing to do with what we're currently talking about, but it is, hold on.
Breaking news.
Where is it at? I just really have to. I do apologize, lovely people out there. So, I used to go, and it's so crazy when we're talking about religion. I used to go to this church every single Sunday when I was a child, and ends up being that the pastor of the church has now been arrested and charged with a felony of solicitation of prostitution and use of vehicle to promote prostitution. My sister just sent it to me, and I was like, I was trying to look at the picture and nonchalantly, but then I read the thing and I was like, oh shit! Literally, they're a big church, like a huge church. Sorry, I had to read it because I just was shocked. There's several of them. Look at all these names. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at all these names. These are all pastors of churches. These are all people.
Oh my gosh.
This is the one that's the pastor of the church I used to go to. Like, what the fuck? 20 men in a sex sting operation. 20.
Wow.
I'm sorry, y'all. All right.
Whew. Okay, we're going to take 1 second just to kind of separate the two.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go back into talking about sex, but that's kind of heavy because...
I just really...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, praying over the women who are involved in that.
And the children.
And the children. That is awful.
It is. It's just crazy because, yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, when Jada has these conversations, a lot of people obviously automatically
associate with Will.
Do you think that in any way she takes away from their relationship? Is there any, does she make them appear weak in their relationship, especially, the thing that came out with August Alsina, her having an entanglement with him, if you will. Do you think she at all takes away from their relationship and devalues it at all with the way that she shares?
I don't think so. Because I think the only way that it can be devalued is within their own relationship.
Right.
So I believe that she has conversations, and I feel like they've had a conversation about what can and can't be discussed, but everybody knows that they have an open fucking relationship. So I think it just really depends upon what you, I guess, consider an open relationship, or what's the other type of marriage? Is it polygamy? Or I'm thinking of something wrong. Is that it? The polygamy, or the other ones out there, like whatever type of relationship they have is the relationship that they have. She obviously has a podcast, and they're going to talk about themselves and other things going on in the world. So he already knows that they're going to talk about them because that's what people relate to. People are going through the same thing that she goes through. So, and it's just seeing, oh, a celebrity goes through that, it makes her relatable. I don't think that it devalues it. Again, I don't think that she's going to talk about anything that they've absolutely said no to, but I'm quite sure there's some things in there. And so she's just talking about real life shit. When you're in a relationship, there is times where you're either not going to be sexually attracted to your partner because either they gained weight, lost weight, or they did something to really upset you or disgust you or whatever it may be. And so you're looking at them like, I don't want to have sex with you because of whatever may have occurred. Those are shits that everybody goes through.
Right.
So I don't think it's anything outside of the norm. It's just she has a platform to talk about it, so people always want to say shit about it.
No, I agree. People love to try to tear somebody else's establishment down.
Even though y'all should be fucked up.
Question it, and they've been rocking and figuring it out for a really long time, longer than a lot of people. So just relax, like mind your own. It's got nothing to do with y'all. Like, there's nothing you can learn from the things that they've gone through and how they worked through to get to where they're at now.
That's the key part. Because I'm quite sure they've gone through a lot of stuff. Whether it being the reason that they are open is because someone cheated or cheated several times. They're like, you know what? Instead of is going through this heartbreak. Maybe we should have an open relationship, and maybe that is what helped their relationship survive. We will never know unless it comes out or they talk about it or whatever. But it could have been a lot of things at the beginning that were rocky, and then they figured out what works best for them.
Yeah, y'all don't stop trying to make Jada and Will seem like they're part of a circus. They just do what works for them, and it works.
Exactly. So, and if y'all want to do that, talk to your partner. You know what? I want an open relationship. These are the rules. I think the most important part is having rules. Mm-hmm. And I think what August Alsina did was break said rule.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all need to have them sign NDAs up in here.
Right.
Because I'm quite sure Will has had his fun, and Jada has had her fun prior to August Alsina. But the problem is that he started talking about that shit, and that was the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Just like Beyonce may have somebody. We will never know. Because trust and believe. If someone starts talking about Beyonce shit, the Beehive gonna swoop that shit up real quick. Our queen would never have sex with anyone but her husband.
Bahola.
Her husband. But she could be out here having a goddamn blast. Mm-hmm. But the motherfuckers that signed the NDA know better. Could you imagine? Yeah. Oh, could you imagine if August Alsina was messing with Beyonce and it came out and said he was messing with Beyonce?
Jay-Z smacked the fuck out of him.
That part there, but also the Beehive would tear his ass apart. He would be under the goddamn thing. And then if he signed an NDA, bitch, you now get sued for the $0 that you already got. Like, sir, keep that shit on the low. Bitch, you fucking Jada Pinkett. Be happy. Bitch, you fucking Beyonce. Be goddamn happy. Be like, you know what? My shit was off in that shit. I would tear that shit up. All right. And keep it pushing.
I mean, that could be different. I mean, once you sign an NDA to NDA.
Facts.
But that's just kind of the end point. Because, I mean, even though they are that status, it still has an impact on you. And it's still, depending on what they do, can traumatize you. And, just being thankful that you was fucking them, enough sometimes.
Well, you're actually the
But once you do the NDA, it's the NDA.
That part right there. Facts. Yes, there could be other things, Whoever could be fucking the shit out you and you fell in love. And now you sad because you can't be with them.
It sounds like what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry.
So, Jada's mom brought up something which I think is a lot of people discuss as well. It was kind of on topic and off topic. It was kind of like a subdivision, I feel like. Expectations that porn gives men and women. And if it's realistic, unrealistic, if it's unfair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's your thought?
So, I'm not going to lie. The first thing that came into my head, have you seen that TikTok or video where the dude's eating a banana?
Oh, when she smacked
the
banana?
When you said that, that's what it made me think of. Because that's literally what happens in porn. They just, wow.
Yeah.
And that just made me think of that. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all seen it. If y'all have, y'all gotta see that fucking video. She was like, that's how it feels. Now you know how it feels. And I literally could not stop fucking laughing for like 3 minutes straight. Like, that's how that shit.
It's not the same task to eat pussy as it is to suck dick.
Facts.
It's very different things.
Facts. You have a meat that I'm putting in my throat, okay? All y'all gotta do is lick. La la la. Maybe a little sucky suck. But we gotta suck and gulp, bitch. Like we gulp. You want us to put this? This can't even fit in my throat. You see? Do you see? Do you see what it look like? This is my head. Do y'all see it? No. What the fuck? No. So yeah, that shit had me weak. Sorry, that was funny. But I definitely think it's unrealistic unless two people are really into that. Mm-hmm. Some people are really into that aggressive type porn fuck. Mm-hmm. And to each is their own. But majority of people are not.
Right.
But I believe, if I'm gonna have to say, I think that men take porn way too seriously. Because
or make it more like reality.
Yes, like it's real when no.
Right.
And half of them be faking.
Yeah.
That part, they be faking. And half of them don't even be doing nothing.
First of all, do you understand how some women are naturally gifted to be able to withstand within their throat a penis of a certain size. There's plenty of women who have had to go through multiple trial and errors with that. Mm-hmm. That is not very frequently a natural talent just bestowed upon somebody.
Correct. It's a whole lot you got to do. You know, you got to do throat stuff, exercises. It's a lot you got to do, and those porn stars do it for the most part. Yeah. I guess I'm quite sure they have to at some point. But yeah, no, I think that men believe that porn is how it should be in real life, and most women are not going to do half of those things that the women in porn do, like the crazy shit, like fisting. To each their own,
right?
But most people are not going to be like, yeah, put your fist in my pussy,
right?
I think,
right.
I don't think she wants that.
I also think it's harmful in the fact that like it sets this expectation that by large, almost every single like video, women come from penetration,
which is unrealistic.
I think there are more women who don't come from penetration than those that do. I think that is very unrealistic and very harmful, because one, for women, makes them feel like there's something wrong with their bodies as to why they're not, and it also makes them, speaking for myself, it makes me feel bad when I am having sex and I'm not coming off the sex, like just the penetration itself. So I'm like, damn, I hope like this doesn't make you feel any less, because from a lot of what you're seeing, you should be able to make me come from penetration alone, and that's just not realistic. So I don't want you to feel like there's something wrong with you or you're not doing things that please me, because it's still enjoyable. It still brings me satisfaction, but I'm just not going to be coming off it every single time.
Yeah.
It just ain't how it works. It's not as easy for a woman to come as it is for a man.
Correct.
It's just completely different sensations. So I feel like it both ways. It's harmful for the woman because the woman feels like there's something wrong with her body as to why she's not. And it's harmful for the man because the man thinks that, they put in the certain work, then it's going to
have that result.
Right.
And that shit don't be happening.
Yeah, ain't enough wiggle in your hips and all that for you to be able to perfect that to happen.
True. And sometimes it's just, some people have to have a connection. Like some people have to be emotionally connected to even get to the point where they may even come.
Right.
And some people can just have, sex and come. Everybody is different. I realize that I'm definitely more of I have to be emotionally attached. When I was younger, I didn't have to.
Right.
When I got older.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in the day. I didn't. I was like, all right, bam. But I also wasn't coming, so I guess I may have needed to be. But when I realized like what I like, but I also think that a lot of women don't know what they actually like. Because some women don't either. I feel, and again, this is just my personal, non-professional opinion, that a woman needs to learn how to please herself, is what I believe. Because I did not do that until after I was divorced.
Well, it's almost like every philosophy. How can someone else make you happy if you're not happy? How can someone else love you if you don't love yourself?
Yes, and that goes along with it. How can someone please you when you don't even know what to do to please yourself or even try it or any of that? It could happen, but if you don't know, like, oh, this corner spot right here is my spot. Like, all right, turn your hip to the right. Yeah, that's it. Then you just feeling someone just rubbing into shit. Yeah. So you gotta know.
Yeah.
Or I like, not me personally, I'm just saying. Or if someone's like, well, I like, a finger up my booty while I'm getting penetrated, then it just really depends. You have to play around with stuff to figure out what you like. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to do it because they feel like, especially if you are religious, I guess it ties back to religion. If you are religious, a lot of people don't mess with themselves. And that was the whole thing with me until I got divorced, was I just didn't. I was like, oh, that's not right. That's not what you're supposed to do. But in reality, like, it is. So you need to play with yourself. You need to have fun. Figure out what you like so that when he or she or whomever is down there doing what they do, you can be like, all right, twist that shit to the right, to the left, hop, turn, and then you like, oh, He started shivering.
Ain't nothing better than the legs.
Heavy arrow.
But you died.
And it, basically that shit be, and then he gone. Pass out. And I feel like the same for a man. Obviously, men just usually jerk off, but even certain types of penetration, you know, exactly. Some people like to lick at the ball. Some people like you to spit on it. Some people like you to suck on it. Some people like you to, you know, play with it a little. You know, some people like a finger around the booty, not in it, but around it. Some people like a finger in it. Some people like you to play with a goose. Like you got to figure out what everybody like, what you like. Everybody ain't the same. I've been with a dude that like a finger up his butt. Been with a dude that say if you touch my ass, I'm gonna snap on you.
You just gotta know, and that's why the communication piece. It kind of all comes back. Communication is so important.
Yeah.
Like, sex is not one way. Sex is a slew of things.
Yeah.
So as many love languages that there are for a relationship in general, there are just as many for your sexual relationship as well.
Correct. Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and steamroll into this topic.
Yeah. So when is it appropriate to invite a boo to the holidays?
Yeah. So I don't think it would be during when you're still considering like dating. I think for me, it's once there's something more solid there, more like specific, like boyfriend, girlfriend.
So
and I think a conversation. Yeah, I think a conversation also needs to be had. I don't think inviting someone over for a holiday is something you should just spring on someone. I think it should be like, hey, especially if you're like new, like, what do you think about me inviting you over?
What do you consider new? 2 months, 7 months, a year? Everybody thinks different.
I'm gonna say, for me, new is like 3-4 months.
Okay.
Because probably at month 1, 2, no one even knows who you are. It's not until like month 3, 4, and on is when like people start learning your names from me, understand that I actually am seeing someone. So I would say like around 4 months is when I would start considering introducing them to like
people,
the fam. And from there, like I said, it's a conversation like, how would you feel? Because some people, family's like a huge thing.
Yes.
Like, means a lot. Either it means a lot for you to meet their family, or it means a lot for you to meet theirs. You will often find out people who have commitment issues around this time frame, because they start feeling like meeting the family means something more serious for the two of you. Like, after they meet the family, y'all two are on like a whole nother level day afterwards. So you gotta have that conversation. I would say probably around like, if you're dating around the holiday time, probably month 4 or 5 is when I would feel appropriate for them to come and meet and be a part of a holiday gathering. Yeah, that's where I'm at. What about you?
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Show me, Steve.
It's number 3. No. That's actually hard because I've done it several different ways. I've done it where I waited a long time, and did it. Well, I don't think I've done it where it's been. It's hard because I am a little bit different than most people. So, you know how I think we're definitely different, and I would say we are. I think you definitely, like, when people meet your family, it's a whole different ballgame, right? Would you say that? So, I'm not going to say that I'm the total opposite, but I am more so like, if you meet certain friends, then you're on the level that you would probably consider the family. It's odd. I don't know why it is, but I also think it's because, like, I'm trying to, I don't know how to explain it, but like my sisters, because that's my, like, it'd be different, I think, if I had my mom or my dad. I definitely think that would be absolutely different. Okay. But because it's just my sisters, it's just like, it's my sisters. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. But it's just like, it's, you know, here's my sisters, blah, 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 and that's whatever. Majority of the people I talk to usually meet my family before they meet my close friends. if you meet my best friend, you have definitely leveled up. Mm-hmm. That's like, I don't know why, but if you meet my best friend and we're dating, we are definitely, I believe that we are moving towards something further. Like, I see myself with you.
Right.
Yeah. So I would have to say it's the opposite of what most people are. Most people are, you can't meet my family, blah, blah, blah. You're going to meet, you know, my friends first. But I think that I'm the opposite. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's just because it's my sister. And because I know my sisters.
I guess because like sisters are almost like little homies.
Yes, I guess that's how it is. So it's just like, okay, you know, this is blah 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 sisters. All right, cool. But I think once you meet my best friend, that is literally, because a lot of people don't. Mm-hmm. I think talked to someone for like a year and they never met my best friend. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I thought we would go that way, and it just didn't end up going that way, so you just never met them.
Y'all just special, too, so that's all.
Who, me and
your best friend.
Why you say that?
Y'all are super special.
How are we super special? Elaborate.
Y'all just have a very unique relationship. Y'all are very close.
Well, I feel like that's how best friends usually are, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, we definitely are. And I think that I hold his opinion very high. Mm-hmm. So if he was not to like you, then I was like, why?
So it sounds like that is what you're concerned about. Is for some reason anybody else can dislike whoever you're dating, that's fine. But if he does, that really means something, and
then I have to reevaluate. Like, why don't you like him? Please elaborate upon why you don't like him. Like, it's a whole big ass conversation.
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And because I know my best friend is going to be honest, he will tell me, you know, blah, 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 this is now. I'm like, okay. And then depending upon what it is, I'm like, all right, well, that doesn't bother me. But if it's something that maybe I'm missing, mm-hmm. there's maybe a red flag that I'm not catching, and then he catches, then I'm like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Then realize that. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think that my best friend has liked anyone that I've talked to. He just sits under the chair.
But he just started whining.
He just sits under.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So he definitely didn't like my ex. He didn't like Crip.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Those ones. He did not like my ex-husband at all. He did not like him at all.
I think he's a great judge of character. He likes me.
Hey, shut up. But girl, we ain't fucking is different.
I know he would surely let you know if he didn't like my ass.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think he's just like me in that sense. Just like if I met a person you were dating, and obviously you're going to know that I'm going to tell you. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to figure out what you want to do at that point. Obviously, I'm not going to be rude or mm-hmm. anything to that person, but I'm like, you know what, Fee, I know that you like him a lot, and I'm going to still be nice to him, mm-hmm. but X, Y, and Z, LMNOP, do what you do. I'm going to still be here and support you, mm-hmm. and that's going to be it.
Right.
But you're going to at least know.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So that's really me. But to answer the question, because I definitely didn't answer it, I guess.
Bitch said day one, you can come to me at Thanksgiving.
No.
I'm your fuck. Come meet my sisters and my family.
No. I would have to say probably around like 5 months. I'm going to go around 5 months, 5-6 months-ish. And I feel like that's really only if within yourself you feel like y'all are going to progress. But if you're really just doing it because around the holiday time you're trying to show off somebody, no, that's just too much.
Yeah.
But if you really like, all right, I actually like this person's cool, I think that I can see myself with this person long term, then that's where, if you have surpassed the 5 month mark, I would say 5-6 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. So you gonna be inviting some booze to the holiday?
Oh, that's real funny. That is super funny.
Why? No booze? No booze to the holiday?
Velvet?
Am I coming to your Thanksgiving?
I always have it at my house, so please stop on by.
No, it's too far from me.
Sucks.
Are you off the next day?
Fuck you, bitch.
I'm just messing.
Yes, I'm off. Got a 4-day weekend.
I'll be with Puppy, so we'll have to see if Puppy can come.
Yeah.
By that time frame.
Yeah.
We shall see. It also depends on, what I'll be doing. Like, what do you say, like, what if you're talking to someone and it's been like 3 months and they invite you to their holiday? Would you say yes or would you say no? Because it hasn't reached the 5-6 months, whatever mark.
So that's the time frame for me.
Oh, to invite somebody.
For me to invite someone.
Okay. So if they invite you at 3 months, you'll be cool.
I mean, because you also don't understand what someone else's reasonings for inviting you somewhere are. And a lot of times that is usually someone showing you, like, even, 3 months in, like, where you stand for them. And so if for any reason you don't want to, you need to be communicating, because that could be something that could hurt them.
Yeah.
Because it is them trying to express a certain either attachment to you, importance to them, and you decline that can usually send a lot of messages to them, either of not being interested, not being on the same level, and they may shy away from doing that with you again.
True.
So let's flip it. What if y'all, like, 8 months in and you don't get invited to any type of holiday gatherings? Skip right on past them bitches, like, ain't even occur.
8 months. We've been dating 8 months prior to the holiday? Or 8 months, okay.
I'm saying between 8 months to a year. So relatively new, but established.
And you're not invited to any holiday?
Nothing. So
no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, no July 4th, nothing. No New Year's. I feel like there's probably a conversation at that point, because 8 months is a while. I wouldn't say that it's terrible. I would say anything over a year is terrible. I think at 8 months, some people are still trying to establish where they really want to be in it, or where they feel like, because I could feel like we are on the right path, and he could feel like, I want to wait a little bit longer just to make sure, because a lot of people change after a year. I don't know why that's the mark, but it is. So it could be he's waiting for that year mark. It could be because of previous relationships where he was like, he invited someone at 6 months, and that shit, she changed at a year, or whatever it could be. So I would feel some type of way after a year. If we are been established for a year and you don't invite me, then at that time I'm probably gonna be like, okay, we're gonna have a conversation. Like, why are you not inviting me to your family shit?
Right.
Is it because you don't see us? Is it because why aren't you? So at a year, I would feel some type of way. Anytime before that, I feel like I'd be okay.
Makes sense.
What about you?
I think around that time frame, because for me, I'm not investing that type of time in you, like, unless, like, we've started off the good first portion and we were just fucking around for a while, won't really trying to do much nothing. 8 months, I'm about you. Like, I'm not investing that type of time if there's no point to it. So I would probably need to be a conversation if that doesn't come up at all, or if my offer for them to come, bruh, just come on. All right, she's right there. When someone wants to pull you out, you just back on up. What is wrong with this man? He backed up so fucking fast. But there would probably be a conversation like, did this cross your mind? If it did and you decided against it, what's the reasoning? Yeah. Like I said, if I'm with you for 8 months, I'm about you. Like, we doing something.
About it.
So, yeah, I wouldn't be very copacetic at 8 months.
Okay.
Doing that, yeah.
All right. Well, y'all let us know. Have y'all been through this situation? Has someone invited y'all at 1 month? What the fuck? What you gonna say?
Some people, them Geminis, be ready to go ASAP. Aries too.
Them some crazy motherfuckers.
What's wrong with you? Your dog, that's a crazy motherfucker.
He Aries. No, he not. He August, baby.
Whatever that is. Crazy too.
Libra, I think, or some shit. I don't know. Girl, just leave him alone. Just leave him be. But yeah, so y'all let us know in the comments down below what y'all like, what y'all do in relationships. Have y'all been through this? How did you feel when someone invited you? Did you not want to be invited? That part there.
Yes. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell everybody.
Yeah.
And as always, life is tough, my dear, but so are
you, bitches. Or hoes. Just kidding, hoes.
Misguided hoes.
Yes. And just remember that each of you are like beautiful and shit. And I forgot the rest.
And
each of you are beautiful and obviously never stay
stagnant
in your motherfucking life. Bye. T'Challa, what you doing over here?